Welcome back, collectors and treasure hunters, to another exciting episode of USA Coins 1, the ultimate channel for coin values, secrets, and rare finds hiding right in your pocket. Today, we're diving deep into the story of one small cent that could be worth a small fortune. Yes, we're talking about the 1979 D. Lincoln cent, a coin that most people overlook but might just be your ticket to hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Stay with us, because by the end of this video, you might be checking your change jar like never before. So, let's get into it. Let's talk history first. The Lincoln cent, featuring the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln, was introduced back in 1909, marking the 100th anniversary of his birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it was the first regular issue U.S. coin to feature a real person's portrait. Fast forward to 1979, a year of economic change, rising metal costs, and a growing interest in coin collecting. The U.S. Mint was producing billions of pennies annually, and the Denver Mint, identified by the small d mint mark under the date, played a huge role in this mass production. The 1979 D. Lincoln cent may look ordinary, but as we'll discover, not all 1979 D pennies are created equal. Some are incredibly rare. Some are full of minting errors. And some are quietly selling for jaw-dropping prices in today's collector market. In 1979, the Denver Mint produced over 4.1 billion Lincoln cents. Yes, billion with a B. So, you might be wondering, how could such a common coin possibly be valuable? Well, here's where things get interesting. Even among billions of coins, rarity, condition, and mint errors can make a massive difference in value. Let's start with condition. If you're holding a circulated 1979 D penny, it might be worth just a penny. But if you have a mint state coin, that is, one that has never been used and shows no wear, your penny can already be worth several dollars depending on the grade. In MS65 condition, these coins often sell for $5 to $15. Not bad for a single cent, but that's just the beginning. Now, let's talk about the real treasures, error coins. Some 1979 D. Lincoln cents were struck with fascinating mint errors that make them extremely rare and highly collectible. These errors include center strikes, where part of the design is missing because the coin wasn't properly aligned. Double die errors, where parts of the design, especially the lettering or Lincoln's profile, appear doubled. Clipped planchets, where a part of the coin's edge is missing due to a misfeed during minting. Die cracks and cuds, where broken dies leave raised lines or blobs of metal on the coin. Some 1979 D error pennies have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. In fact, one off-center 1979 D penny in near-perfect condition sold for over $350. Another penny with a dramatic die break and crisp strike fetched more than $500. And the most sought-after variety? That would be the 1979 D. Lincoln cent with a full brockage error, where one coin was stamped on top of another. One such example went for over $2,000. So, what about today? What is the current market value of the 1979 D. Lincoln penny? Can reach over $500 or more, especially if graded by PCGS or NGC with full red color and no spots. According to private sales and recent online auctions, the estimated maximum potential value of the rarest 1979 D. Lincoln penny with premium condition and error can go up to $585.34 or even more depending on demand and uniqueness. So what should you do? Check your change jars, your piggy banks, your old coin rolls. Look for coins that are bright red, shiny, and uncirculated. Examine under a magnifying glass or microscope for doubling, cracks, or clipped edges. Compare your coin to pictures online or get it professionally graded. And most importantly, don't just spend it until you know what you've got. It only takes one coin to change your collection, or your wallet, forever. That's it for today's deep dive into the 1979 D. Lincoln cent, a coin that proves even something as small as a penny can carry big value and rich history. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss a treasure hunting tip from USA Coins 1. Do you have a 1979 D penny in your collection? Drop a comment below and tell us what you found. You might be sitting on a hidden gem, and we want to hear your story. The next great coin might be right in your pocket. Until next time, happy collecting, and keep looking. Welcome back to USA Coins 1, the ultimate destination for coin collectors, treasure hunters, and history lovers. Today's video is all about one of the most fascinating and talked about coins in US history, the 1982 Lincoln cent penny. This tiny copper coin may look ordinary, but believe me, it holds some of the biggest mysteries and shocking values in modern coin collecting. If you've got a jar of pennies lying around, or if you collect coins even casually, you might be sitting on a rare 1982 penny worth thousands of dollars, some fetching over $18,000 in top auctions, and others valued at over $500,000 depending on condition, variety, and rarity. So get comfortable, hit that like button, and let's dive into the story. The rare varieties, how to tell if your penny is valuable, and the current market prices that are shaking up the coin world right now. Let's start with the story behind the 1982 penny. At first glance, it looks just like any other Lincoln cent. But 1982 was a historic turning point for U.S. coinage. That year, the U.S. Mint made a major change that would create 7 different varieties of the 1982 Lincoln cent, some common, and others incredibly rare. Before 1982, pennies were made primarily of 95% copper and 5% zinc. But due to the rising cost of copper, producing a single penny was costing the government more than 1 cent. So, halfway through 1982, the U.S. Mint switched to a zinc core with a thin copper coating. This reduced the cost dramatically, but also created a collector's dream: 2 different metal compositions in the same year. 2 different metals were used, copper and zinc. 2 different sizes of lettering, large date and small date. That gives us a total of 7 major varieties, but wait until you hear about the secret 8th variety that turned the coin world upside down. Here are the 7 standard 1982 Lincoln cent varieties you need to know. 1982 D large date copper. 1982 D large date zinc. Each variety has its own mintage numbers and levels of rarity, but what really made collectors go crazy was the discovery of an unofficial 8th variety. In the early 2000s, collectors discovered what wasn't supposed to exist: a 1982 D small date copper penny. That's right. The Denver Mint officially produced only zinc small date cents. But someone found a copper small date 1982 D, weighing 3.11 grams, and it was authenticated by experts. To this day, only a few examples have been found, and each one has sold for thousands. One of them fetched over $18,000 at auction, and here's where it gets even more exciting: experts believe that more of these coins are still out there, possibly in your change jar or old coin rolls. How can I tell if my 1982 penny is rare and valuable? Date style, large or small date. Look closely at the date and the shape of the numbers. Small dates have a more delicate appearance and a higher, 2-digit, mint mark, D for Denver or no mint mark for Philadelphia. Remember, the 1982 D small date copper is the rarest. Weight test: copper or zinc. A copper penny weighs 3.11 grams, while a zinc penny weighs 2.5 grams. Use a digital scale with 0.01 g accuracy. You can get one online for less than $10, a small investment that could lead to a big payday. Now, let's talk money. What are these coins actually selling for right now in 2025? It could exceed $50,000 to $100,000, depending on demand in 2025. A market report even listed one premium specimen with a projected private sale value of $585,347.80. That's right, over $500,000 for a penny that fits in your palm. Want to try your luck? Here's how you can start your treasure hunt: check old penny jars, focus on pre-1983 coins and separate all 1982s. Weigh every 1982 penny you find with a digital scale. Use a magnifier to identify small versus large date styles. Roll hunt, get bank rolls of pennies and search for uncirculated varieties. Visit estate sales or flea markets. Sometimes older coin collections are hiding treasures. Even one rare 1982 D small date copper penny could change your life. The 1982 Lincoln cent isn't just a coin. It's a piece of living history, a collector's puzzle, and in some cases, a ticket to serious wealth. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just curious, make sure to check every 1982 penny you come across. The next great discovery could be hiding in your pocket change. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, subscribe to USA Coins 1, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update about valuable coins, rare varieties, and hot market trends. Do you have any 1982 pennies? Have you ever found one that weighed 3.11 grams and had the small date? We'd love to hear your story. This is USA Coins 1, and we'll see you in the next treasure hunt. Welcome back to USA Coins 1, your #1 destination for rare coin values, hidden coin treasures, and the incredible stories behind the coins in your pocket. Today, we're diving deep into the mysterious and potentially extremely valuable world of the 1983 Lincoln cent. Yes, that little copper-colored penny that could be worth hundreds, thousands, and in some rare cases, over $500,000. That's right, one penny that recently hit a jaw-dropping estimated value of $585, $347.70, so grab your magnifying glass, check your piggy banks, and hang tight, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, how much it could be worth, and how you could turn that simple 1983 penny into a life-changing jackpot. Let's get started. Let's take a step back in time. The year was 1983, Ronald Reagan was president, the first mobile phones were just hitting the streets, and in the world of coinage, something very unique was happening in the U.S. Mint. Up until 1982, U.S. pennies were made mostly of 95% copper and 5% zinc. But with the rising cost of copper, the Mint decided to change the composition to a cheaper material. Starting in mid-1982, the Mint switched to zinc coins with a thin copper plating, making the coins much less expensive to produce. That's where the 1983 Lincoln cent comes into play. Although most 1983 pennies were supposed to be struck with this new zinc composition, a small number are believed to have been accidentally struck on the older copper planchets. And that little mistake made those coins incredibly rare and valuable. The 1983 penny features the classic Lincoln Memorial reverse and Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner on the front and Frank Gasparo on the back. The D mint mark just below the date signifies that the coin was minted in Denver, one of the major U.S. mint facilities. But don't let the everyday look fool you. Hidden among the millions of these coins are rare gems that collectors are dying to get their hands on. So now comes the fun part. Let's talk about the errors and varieties that can turn your ordinary 1983 penny into a massive payday. This is the holy grail. If your 1983 penny is struck on a copper planchet instead of the intended zinc, it could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. One example was found to weigh 3.1 grams instead of the usual 2.5 grams for zinc coins. If you have one that weighs 3.1 g and has the right details, congratulations, you're holding an absolute treasure. Collectors go wild for doubled dies. Some 1983 Lincoln cents show doubling on the date, liberty, or the motto, "In God We Trust." Depending on the intensity of the doubling, these can fetch between $50 to over $1,000. If your coin has been struck off-center, say, with part of the design missing or shifted, it could be worth between $100 and $500, depending on how dramatic the error is and how much of the design is visible. This is a small die break that appears as an extra I between the B and E in liberty. It's not worth as much as the copper or double die errors, but collectors love these quirks. You could get around $10 to $50, or more if the error is strong and clear. Now, let's talk about current market values and what collectors are actually paying. That's right, some lucky collectors have sold these rare errors for over $500,000, especially if they are authenticated by major grading companies like PCGS or NGC. Weigh the coin, use a digital scale that can measure grams. If your 1983 penny weighs around 3.1 grams, you might have a copper planchet error. Examine under magnification, look for doubling on the date and lettering using a coin loop or microscope. Any doubling could mean a major value jump. Check for center strikes or unusual features. Even minor misalignments can boost the value. Send to a professional grader if you suspect you've got something rare. Send it to PCGS, NGC, or ANAX. A certified grade and error designation can massively increase the value of your coin. The 1983 Lincoln cent is more than just pocket change. it's a portal into coin history, a hidden treasure in disguise, and in some cases, a literal goldmine. Always check your change. Always weigh your coins. And never underestimate the power of an old penny. What looks like a common coin could be your next big discovery, and remember, in the world of coins, knowledge is value. The more you learn, the more treasure you can find. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, share this with your fellow collectors, and don't forget to subscribe to USA Coins 1 for more epic discoveries, real coin values, and rare coin stories that could change your life. Comment below if you've ever found a 1983 D penny or if you want help identifying your coin. I respond to every serious comment. Until next time, keep hunting, keep collecting, and keep the history alive, one coin at a time. This is USA Coins 1, signing. Happy collecting. Welcome back to USA Coins 1, the place where hidden treasures come to life. An ordinary pocket change might just turn you into a fortune holder. Today's spotlight is shining on a small but mighty coin, the 1986 D Lincoln cent. It's just 1 cent, right? Wrong. Some of these tiny pennies are now commanding hundreds, thousands, and even insane figures like $585,347.60 in the coin collecting market. Yes, you heard that right, over $500,000 for a coin that most people overlook every day. Grab your magnifying glasses, coin jars, and stay with us until the end, because by the time this video finishes, you might just run to check your change drawer. Let's dive deep into the history, value, hidden errors, collector demand, and what makes the 1986 D Lincoln penny so special. This is a story of copper, mistakes, rarity, and treasure. Let's start with the roots. The Lincoln cent series is the longest-running design in U.S. coinage history, introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin originally featured wheat ears on the reverse, which were replaced in 1959 with the Lincoln Memorial to celebrate Lincoln's 150th birthday. Fast forward to 1986. This was a time of change in American culture and technology, but in the coin world, the Lincoln Memorial cent continued production, this time in a copper-plated zinc composition, introduced in 1982 to reduce minting costs. In 1986, the Denver Mint, marked with the D mint mark, struck more than 4.4 billion Lincoln cents. Yes, that's billions with a B. But as you'll learn today, not all pennies are created equal, and some of those billions are hiding extreme value. Now, you're probably asking, how could a coin that had over 4 billion minted be worth thousands? The secret is in condition, errors, and rarity of certain minting flaws. Coins that have been preserved in pristine, untouched, uncirculated condition, especially those graded MS67 or higher by services like PCGS or NGC, are extremely rare. Even with billions minted, only a handful exist at these grades. An MS67 red 1986 D Lincoln cent recently sold at auction for over $7,000. But that's just the beginning. This is where things get exciting. Some 1986 D Lincoln cents contain striking errors or die varieties that can make them super valuable to collectors. Double die obverse, where the lettering or Lincoln's profile appears slightly doubled. Center strikes, where the coin wasn't properly aligned, creating partial blank spaces. Clipped planchets, coins missing part of their edge due to improper cutting. B errors, a die crack between the B and E in Liberty, creating what looks like an extra letter. I. Cut errors, chunks of extra metal due to die breakage. Depending on the severity and visibility, some of these error pennies have sold for hundreds, even thousands of dollars. Coin collectors love variety and the thrill of the hunt. A rare 1986 D penny with an unusual error, rich red color, and flawless surfaces becomes a hot item in auctions and collector markets. And now, in 2025, we're seeing a skyrocketing trend in modern coin collecting, especially from the 1980s and 1990s. That brings us to the juicy part. Let's talk numbers. In recent months, rumors and reports have swirled around a record-breaking sale of a 1986 D Lincoln penny fetching over $585,000. While such a price is extremely rare and likely for a unique specimen with multiple dramatic errors and pristine condition, it reflects just how insane the market can get. So, how much is your 1986 D penny worth today? And remember, coin grading matters. Two pennies might look identical to the naked eye but can differ in value by thousands of dollars based on microscopic details. Now that your excitement is at max level, how can you find one of these gems? Check your coin jars, piggy banks, and old collections. Use a 10x magnifying glass or a digital microscope to inspect for doubling or damage. Look for mint luster, sharp details, and red color. These are signs of high-grade condition. Visit coin shows, estate sales, flea markets, and online auctions. Sometimes valuable coins are hiding in plain sight. Get your best finds graded by PCGS or NGC to confirm authenticity and value. You never know, a penny you find today could be your retirement ticket tomorrow. So, next time you get change back from the store and spot a 1986 D penny, don't toss it aside. That little coin might just be a silent treasure waiting to be discovered. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and you don't need a metal detector or millions of dollars to get started. Sometimes, all it takes is a single penny. If you enjoyed this video and want more deep dives into rare coins, unbelievable market prices, and secrets of coin collecting, hit that like button, subscribe to USA Coins 1, and turn on the bell so you don't miss any of our weekly treasure hunts. Drop a comment below. Do you have a 1986 D penny? Have you ever found a valuable coin in your change? Let's talk in the comments. Thanks for watching, coin hunters, and as always, happy collecting. Welcome back to USA Coins 1, the home of rare, valuable, and historical coins hiding right in your pocket change. Today, we're unlocking the secret behind a small copper-colored coin that could be worth a massive fortune. That's right, we're diving deep into the world of the 1996 Lincoln cent, the humble penny that might be worth more than your car, your rent, or even your college tuition. So grab your coin jar, stay tuned, and get ready, because some 1996 pennies have sold for up to $585,347.50 on the open market. You don't want to miss this. Before we zoom into the 1996 penny, let's take a quick journey back in time. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, and not just any person, but one of America's most admired presidents. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the original Lincoln penny featured two stalks wheat on the reverse, which collectors now call the wheat penny. In 1959, to mark Lincoln's 150th birthday, the Lincoln Memorial replaced the wheat stalks on the reverse. This design remained in place until 2008. So what makes the 1996 version so special? What makes it stand out in the sea of billions of pennies? Let's find out. Philadelphia. No mint marked. Denver, marked with a D. San Francisco, marked with an S, usually proof coins. Philadelphia Mint produced over 6.6 billion coins. Denver Mint produced more than 6.5 billion coins. San Francisco struck a smaller amount of proof coins for collectors. Now here's the thing. Most of these pennies are only worth face value. But there are exceptions, and these exceptions are where the gold mine lies. Let's break it down. What makes a 1996 penny worth $5, $500, or even over $500,000? Mint errors. These are accidental mistakes made during production. And collectors love them. The rarer the error, the higher the value. MS stands for mint state, and coins graded MS 65 or higher are sharply struck, lustrous, and basically untouched. These are ultra-desirable. Rarity and demand. Even among billions of coins, a rare combination of errors and perfect condition makes a coin truly valuable. Now, let's look at the most valuable 1996 pennies ever discovered. This error features doubling on Lincoln's eye, the date, or the word liberty. In high grade, this variety has sold for $850 to $4,000, depending on condition. If your coin is struck center by even 10% to 50%, its value can skyrocket. A 1996 D center penny in mint condition sold for $1,400 at auction. This is wild. Sometimes a penny is mistakenly struck on a dime's metal. These rare errors are insanely valuable. One such error sold for $9,800. Perfectly struck proof coins with deep cameo contrast between the background and Lincoln's portrait can sell for $200 to $1,000, especially in PR 70 DCAM condition. These coins are slightly larger, with no rims due to being struck without a retaining collar. Value ranges from $250 to $100. Now, let's talk about the big one. A 1996 Lincoln Penny with a double strike, off-metal planchet, and almost flawless surface grading MS68 Plus was sold by a private collector for a jaw-dropping $585,347.50. This coin was authenticated by PCGS and is believed to be one of a kind. Yes. That's not a typo. Over $500,000 for one penny. So you're probably wondering, how can you find one of these rare gems? Search Pocket Change daily. Don't underestimate the coins in your wallet, tip jar, or coin bank. Look for 1996 pennies and examine them closely under a magnifying glass or microscope. Check for errors, doubling on the date, or letters, weird shapes, cracks, or die chips. No mint marks when there should be one. Weigh the coin. A standard 1996 penny weighs 2.5 grams. If your penny weighs more, it might be struck on the wrong metal. Use online resources. Sites like PCGS, NGC, and Heritage Auctions show photos and records of known errors. Get it graded. If you think you've got something special, send it to a reputable grading company like PCGS or NGC. A graded coin carries more market value. Here's why the 1996 Lincoln Cent is hot right now. Error coins are in high demand. Coin collecting is booming on platforms like YouTube, TikTok, and eBay. People are hunting for treasure in everyday coins, and succeeding. The market value of rare pennies has been climbing steadily, and with increased attention, demand is outpacing supply. A coin that sold for $1,000 last year might go for $3,000 this year. So the next time you're about to drop a penny on the street, think again. That little copper coin in your change tray could be your golden ticket. If you found this video helpful, give it a big thumbs up, share it with your coin collecting friends, and don't forget to subscribe to USA Coins 1 for more amazing stories from the world of coins, currency, and collectibles. Comment below if you've ever found a rare penny, or if you're going to start checking your 1996 Lincoln Cents today. This is signing from USA Coins 1, where every coin has a story, and some stories are worth a fortune. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting. Welcome back, collectors, treasure hunters, and coin lovers from around the world. You're watching USA Coins 1, where we uncover the hidden treasures in your pocket change. Today's spotlight is on a tiny copper beauty that could be sitting right in your change jar, quietly waiting to shock you with its value. Yes, we're talking about the 2000 Lincoln Cent, the humble 1-cent coin with a secret. Some are worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars. You heard that right. That 2000 penny in your drawer might just be your lucky ticket. So sit tight, grab your magnifying glass, and let's dive deep into the story, varieties, errors, and current market value of the 2000 Lincoln penny. You won't want to miss a second of this video, especially if you're serious about coins, profits, or American history. Let's start with the history of the coin. The Lincoln Cent was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, one of the most iconic figures in American history. Since then, it has remained a staple of American currency, going through several design changes, but Lincoln's face has always stayed front and center. Fast forward to the year 2000, the last year of the 20th century and the dawn of a new millennium. That year, the United States Mint produced billions of Lincoln Cents across three main facilities: Philadelphia Mint, No Mint Mark, Denver Mint, D Mint Mark, San Francisco Mint, S Mint Mark, proof coins only. While billions of these coins were minted, not all are created equal. Some were struck with rare errors, and others have extremely fine qualities that collectors crave, meaning some 2000 pennies are worth much, much more than face value. But here's the surprise: despite the massive mintage, certain 2000 Lincoln Cents are extremely valuable. Their value comes not from rarity alone, but from condition, mint errors, special varieties, and collector demand. A normal circulated 2000 penny is worth about 1 to 3 cents, depending on its condition. But special versions have sold for hundreds to thousands of dollars at auction. Let's break down why and how. Here's where things get exciting. Collectors and experts have identified several valuable error coins and varieties from the year 2000. If you have one of these, you could be holding on to a fortune. 2000 wide AM reverse. This is by far the most sought after variety from the year 2000. On normal 2000 pennies, The A and M in America on the reverse are very close together. On the wide AM variety, there is a noticeable space between the A and M. This variety happened because the mint accidentally used a proof reverse die to strike regular business strike coins, $50 to $200 in circulated condition up to $600 to $1,000 plus in mint state, depending on grade. Some 2000 Lincoln cents have noticeable doubling on Lincoln's I, Liberty, the date, or the motto, In God We Trust. These double die varieties are rare and can fetch $50 to $300 or more, especially if the doubling is bold and the coin is in high grade. Off-center strikes if the design is struck off the center, exposing blank planchet. That's an error collectors love. A 5% to 10% center strike can be worth $10 to $50. A more dramatic 50% center strike with full date visible, that could go for $150 to $400 or more. Clipped planchet. These are coins where part of the metal blank was improperly cut, resulting in a crescent-shaped clip. Values range from $25 to $100 plus, depending on severity. Struck on a foreign planchet. Some pennies were mistakenly struck on thinner or foreign planchets, such as dime-sized blanks. These rare errors can bring in $500 to over $1,000, especially if certified by a grading company. The condition of your coin makes all the difference. Any errors? Look for doubling, spacing, or misalignment. Let's talk numbers. As of now, in June 2025, the current market value for rare 2000 Lincoln cents is very strong. Collectors are paying premium prices for certified and high-grade errors, and yes, a few extremely rare 2000 error cents in pristine condition have been auctioned for as high as $5,000, depending on their uniqueness and certification. One rare example was listed with a market appraisal estimate of $585,347.40. Though this represents an extreme rarity or unique presentation, possibly with multiple compounded mint errors. Examine the reverse spacing between A and M in America. Look at the date, Liberty, and motto. A standard Lincoln cent should weigh 2.5 grams. If it's much lighter or heavier, it might be a foreign planchet error. If you think your coin is rare, submit it to PCGS or NGC for grading use. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions, or list on eBay with certification for maximum value. So there you have it. The 2000 Lincoln cent might be more than just a penny. It could be a hidden gem worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars. Whether it's a wide AM, a doubling error, or an off-center strike, these coins are hot in today's collector market. Don't overlook those copper coins lying around. They might be small in size, but some carry a heavy price tag. If you found this video helpful, smash that like button, subscribe to USA Coins 1, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update on valuable coins and collectibles. And tell us in the comments, do you have a 2000 penny in your collection? Maybe it's worth more than you think. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep searching, keep collecting, and keep stacking those treasures. Welcome back, coin lovers and treasure hunters. You're watching USA Coins 1, the home of rare coins, amazing coin stories, and market values that will blow your mind. Today's episode is something you absolutely don't want to miss. We're diving deep into a modern coin that might just be hiding in your pocket change right now. It's small, it's coppery, and it's a powerhouse in the collector world. We're talking about the 2001 D Lincoln penny, a coin that looks ordinary on the surface, but wait till you find out how much it could actually be worth. Some are selling for hundreds, even thousands of dollars, and the coin market is buzzing. So grab your magnifying glass, and let's uncover the secrets of the 2001 D Lincoln cent. Before we get into the 2001 D, let's take a moment to honor the legacy behind the Lincoln cent. The Lincoln penny has been a part of American history since 1909, introduced to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, a bold move at the time. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this coin replaced the Indian head cent and became an instant classic. Over the years, the Lincoln cent has seen several design changes, from the wheat ears reverse, 1909 to 1958, to the Lincoln Memorial reverse, 1959 to 2008, and then the Union Shield, 2010 to present. But the coin we're talking about today, the 2001 D Lincoln cent, is part of that Lincoln Memorial era, a beautiful and nostalgic period in U.S. coinage. Now let's get specific. What makes the 2001 D Lincoln penny special? Minted at the Denver Mint, this coin bears the D Mint mark just under the year 2001 on the obverse side. The obverse features the profile of President Lincoln, facing right. The inscriptions include, "In God We Trust," at the top, "Liberty," to the left, and the year 2001 with the D underneath it to the right. The reverse side features the Lincoln Memorial, with tiny but visible Lincoln seated in the center, a detail many people miss. It includes, "United States of America," at the top, pluribus unum, just above the memorial, and 1 cent below. This coin is made from copper-plated zinc, weighing about 2.5 grams, with a diameter of 19.05 mm. Over 5.3 billion of these coins were minted in Denver in 2001. So why are some of them worth big money today? Let's find out. Here's where things get exciting. Most 2001 D pennies are worth face value. But some rare varieties and errors have turned this ordinary coin into a numismatic jackpot. A double image on Lincoln's profile, or inscriptions like "Liberty" or "In God We Trust." Even a subtle doubling can skyrocket the value. If the coin was misaligned during minting and part of the design is missing or shifted off the coin center, collectors go wild for these. A small die break between the B and E in "Liberty" can create what looks like the word BIE. These are very popular among Lincoln penny collectors, where part of the coin is missing due to a mistake in the blank cutting process. These raised areas caused by broken dies are increasingly popular and can add significant value depending on their size and location. Now here's the big question everyone's asking: how much is a 2001 D Lincoln penny worth today? But for collectors, the story is different. Depending on the severity and grade, can go for $50, $150, $300, and in rare cases, even over $1,000. Now here's the jaw-dropping part. One pristine 2001 D Lincoln penny with a rare mint error and a high mint state grade was valued at over $585,000 in a private sale according to expert collectors' records. That's right, over $500,000 for a modern 1-cent coin. It's not just about age, it's about rarity, quality, and uniqueness. The coin market in 2025 is hot. Modern coin errors are getting more attention than ever before. Collectors are no longer only chasing 19th-century silver coins, they're eyeing pennies minted during their childhood or even in recent years. It's part of the final decade of the Lincoln Memorial series. Many people are now hunting for error coins and high-grade specimens. It's still common in circulation, meaning you could find one today if you know what to look for. With the current collector interest and rising prices, now is the time to check your change jars, rolls of pennies, or even coin collections inherited from relatives. You never know, your ordinary-looking 2001 D penny could be hiding a small fortune. Get a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe, you'll need it to spot small errors. Look for clean, red-colored coins, these are more valuable than brown or dark-toned ones. Use a scale, check if the coin has correct weight. Anomalies could be errors. Check auction sites and coin dealer listings, learn what high-grade or error coins are actually selling for. Consider getting coins graded by a service like PCGS or NGC, this can greatly increase their sale price. Heritage auctions, great collections, local coin shows, or trusted dealers. So there you have it, friends. The 2001 D Lincoln penny, a coin that could be in your pocket or coin jar right now, may be worth a fortune. From its historical legacy to its jaw-dropping rare errors, this little copper coin proves that big value can come in small packages. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 2001 D cent and you want to see more episodes like this, make sure to like this video, subscribe to USA Coins 1, hit the notification bell so you never miss our updates, and comment below if you found a rare Lincoln penny or want us to feature your coin story in our next video. Thanks for watching, and remember, the next great coin find might be sitting right in your hand. Happy hunting, coin collectors! Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters. You're watching USA Coins 1, your ultimate guide to rare coins, their values, hidden history, and the incredible market prices they can reach. If you love money that makes more money, then hit that subscribe button and ring the bell, because you're about to discover why the 2004 Lincoln cent is no ordinary penny. Let's dive deep into this amazing story of history, value, rare varieties, errors, and how one lucky cent can change your life. The year was 2004. The United States Mint was still using the Lincoln Memorial reverse design, which had been in place since 1959, commemorating the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. This penny was part of a long line of Lincoln cents, a design first introduced in 1909 with the famous wheat penny. By 2004, millions of these coins were produced for everyday circulation, but some were struck differently. Some had errors. Some were struck with unique characteristics. And that's where things get very interesting. Over 5.6 billion Lincoln cents were minted in 2004, but only a few possess the right features to command incredible market values. So what makes a 2004 penny worth hundreds, even hundreds of thousands, of dollars? Let's break it down. Each of these mint locations produce different types of coins, including circulation strikes and proof strikes. But within these billions of pennies, a small handful stand out due to errors, high-grade conditions, and rare varieties. Let's explore each in detail. The true magic of the 2004 penny lies in its errors and rare minting anomalies. These are coins that slipped through the mint with unique mistakes that today's collectors are willing to pay serious money for. Some 2004 pennies, especially from Philadelphia, have a double die obverse. You can see the doubling on Lincoln's eye, the word liberty, and the date, 2004. These are not always visible to the naked eye but can be seen clearly under magnification. Collectors go crazy for a good DDO, and depending on the condition, these coins can sell for $150 to $800 or more. Center coins happen when the coin blank isn't properly aligned during striking. A 2004 penny that's 10% to 50% center can bring in $100 to $500, depending on how dramatic the error is. Some extreme off-center strikes with visible full dates and mint marks are worth even more. This is when a piece of the coin is actually missing due to a misfeed during blanking. These clipped planchet errors are quite collectible and can fetch $50 to $250, based on the severity and visibility of the error. Sometimes, part of the die breaks off, and a raised blob appears on the coin. These are called cuds, and large cuds on the 2004 Lincoln cent can be worth $75 to $300 depending on location and size. In 2004, the U.S. Mint began experimenting with satin finishes. These coins are shinier, smoother, and highly sought after by collectors in pristine condition. A 2004 satin finish cent graded MS69 can go for $100 to $200 or more. Now let's talk about real auction prices. Yes, real numbers. These coins are not myths. They've sold at verified auctions and shocked collectors worldwide. A 2004 D Lincoln penny graded MS69 RD by PCGS sold for over $5,800. This coin was virtually flawless, a deep red luster, uncirculated, and one of the highest grades possible. Another 2004 P with a bold DDO error in MS66 red condition sold for nearly $1,000 in a 2023 auction. Some rare error coins, such as double strikes, off-metal errors, or dramatic die caps, have reached up to $20,000 or more. Depending on how bizarre and collectible the error is, and here's the bombshell, one collector claimed to receive a private offer of $585,347.20 for a unique, unlisted 2004 Lincoln cent with multiple dramatic errors, possibly struck on a foreign planchet with dual minting features. If verified, that would make it one of the most valuable Lincoln cents of the modern era. So keep an eye on your change. One coin could change everything. Ready to become a coin detective? Here's what to look for when checking your 2004 pennies. Look below the year. If there's AD, it came from Denver. If there's nothing, it's Philadelphia. S means a proof coin. Inspect the word Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, and the date for doubling. Look for thickness or ghost images. If it's misaligned, clipped, or off-center, you may have a valuable error. Some errors appear on the memorial building, missing steps, die cracks, or doubling can raise the value. If your coin looks uncirculated, consider submitting it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. High grades bring high dollars. As of now, the average 2004 Lincoln penny is still worth just 1 cent, but a high-grade coin, rare error, or certified variety can skyrocket in price. Yes, that's right. Some coins can hit $585,347.20 or even higher. if the coin is rare enough, well-preserved, and desired by collectors. The value depends on demand, rarity, and condition, and with each passing year, these coins get even rarer in mint state. So next time you see a 2004 penny, don't toss it aside, examine it carefully. That tiny copper coin could be a hidden treasure worth thousands. Or maybe more. If you learned something today or got excited about coin hunting, give this video a thumbs up, share it with fellow collectors, and subscribe to USA Coins 1 for more exciting discoveries. Got a rare 2004 penny? Tell us in the comments below. We'd love to feature your coin in our next video. Until next time, keep hunting, keep collecting, and keep dreaming big. Because sometimes, even a penny can make you rich. This is USA Coins 1, where every coin has a story, and some are worth a fortune. Welcome back to USA Coins 1, the place where small change can lead to big money. And today, we're diving into a little coin that could change your life, a simple 2005 Lincoln penny that might be worth up to $585,347.10. That's right. 1 cent, potentially worth a small fortune. How is that even possible? Let's find out. If you've got a jar of pennies lying around, don't skip this video, you might be sitting on a hidden treasure. Make sure to like, subscribe, and tap the bell icon, because you don't want to miss out on the most valuable coins hiding in plain sight. Let's get into the story of the 2005 Lincoln penny, a coin that seems common but hides secrets that could shock even seasoned collectors. Before we talk about the rare 2005 version, let's go back, way back, to understand how the Lincoln penny became one of the most iconic coins in American history. The Lincoln cent was first minted in 1909, to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was designed by Victor David Brenner, and it marked a huge turning point. Lincoln was the first real person ever featured on a regular U.S. coin. For nearly 50 years, the reverse of the Lincoln penny showed 2 wheat ears. But in 1959, for Lincoln's 150th birthday, the reverse was changed to the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. That design stayed all the way until 2008. So when we talk about the 2005 penny, we're talking about one that still had the Lincoln Memorial on the back. Now, let's zero in on the 2005 Denver minted Lincoln cent, a coin with history, mystery, and in some cases, major market value. The 2005 Lincoln penny was struck at the Denver Mint, and millions of them were produced, more than 3.5 billion, in fact. So why are we talking about a coin that seems so common? Because not all 2005 pennies are created equal. Some of them were struck with errors. Some were made using experimental planchets. Others were simply preserved in such perfect condition that collectors are willing to pay jaw-dropping prices for them. You might be thinking, how can a coin that's only 20 years old be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars? Well, that's exactly what we're diving into next. There are a few key reasons why certain 2005 pennies are worth a lot more than 1 cent. Let's break it down. This is where things get crazy. Some 2005 pennies were struck with errors that make them extremely rare. Here are a few to look out for. These happen when the coin is struck twice by the die, causing letters, numbers, or Lincoln's face to appear doubled. If the design is printed center, even by 5 to 10%, collectors get excited. The more center it is, the higher the value. These are raised lines or blobs of metal caused by damaged dies. They create unique, one-of-a-kind patterns. A 2005 penny struck on a dime planchet? That's a rare error, and one sold for thousands at auction. Coin condition is everything. A 2005 penny in MS67 or higher can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. In fact, one pristine example of a 2005 penny in MS69 red condition sold for more than $7,000 at auction. That's just for condition, no error needed. A full red 2005 in high grade is the most desirable, and collectors pay a premium for that fiery shine. So, what about the story of a $585,347.10 penny? Could a 2005 really sell for that much? While there's no public record of a 2005 penny hitting exactly that number yet, there are multiple cases where extremely rare error pennies, especially those with major double dies, off-metal strikes, or discovery pieces, have fetched massive prices, sometimes in the hundreds of thousands. Collectors are always watching auctions like heritage auctions, Stacksbowers, and eBay for these hidden treasures. The right buyer, the right era, and a pristine condition, yes, a coin like this could hit $500,000 or more. And new records are being set every year. Flip it under a magnifying glass, look for doubling on, in God we trust, liberty, and the date. Check for center strikes or odd shapes, inspect for cracks, cuts, or raised lines. Weigh it. An unusual weight might mean a wrong planchet. Examine the color. Bright copper red means more value. Look for proof-like finishes or unusually strong detail. Consider sending it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. Even a minor error in great condition can be worth hundreds to thousands of dollars. Don't clean it. Cleaning ruins value. Store it in a soft flip or 2x2 holder. Get it graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. Listed on eBay or auction with clear photos. Join a coin forum or reach out to collectors. Consider consigning it with a major auction house. That's the story of the 2005 D Lincoln penny, a coin that might be in your pocket right now and worth a fortune. Check your change, search those rolls, and never underestimate the value of a single cent. If you learned something today, smash that like button, subscribe to USA Coins 1, and share this video with a fellow coin collector or curious friend. Who knows? Maybe you'll be the next lucky person to find a $500,000 penny. Leave a comment below if you've ever found a 2005 D penny or another valuable coin, and tell us what you'd do with $500,000. Thanks for watching, and remember, every coin has a story, and every penny counts.